Oh shit, what's this? Look at this. It's a little tree. This, you got the Mickey Moon coming at you loud and proud. Yes, from the Rogue River in Oregon. And we're underneath this interstate Route 5. And Mooney notices this little tree over here. Look at this little tree. Look. It's under this bridge. This little tree's under bridge, and look, there's another one over here. There's another one over here. Look at the, well, maybe this will be okay. But these little trees need to be transplanted. Look at this little tree. It's not going to do well underneath of a bridge. See this tree? It needs to be trans. You see what we're saying? It's already trans. It's a boy-girl tree. Look at it. Look, it has the penises on top of it there. It's got this, looks like it's got some penises over here. And pretty soon, as it starts to get bigger, it'll probably get these vagina cones on it. Look, there's some right there. Look. Yeah, there's some coming on it there. See? And so, it's like this little trans tree is underneath this other trans thing here. Look at this. Look at this massive trans. Oh shit! Look, there's some big penis columns there. Look at those giant penis columns holding up this giant trans thing. There's this big trans thing over here. There's trans everywhere. Look, there's a trans running over the top of this other trans here. Look at this trans. This is a little river road here. It's called a Rogue River Highway. Yeah, look at it. There. Look at all these trans things. Hey, there's another tree over there. That's a trans thing, too. Look at that. Yeah, there's trans stuff everywhere. And Mooney's only trying to point out, look at this little trans tree over here. This is a little boy-girl tree. It's like maybe the State Department of Transportation could come over here and, like, find a home for this little tree somewhere. Yeah, they could find a home for it somewhere where it wouldn't have to live underneath of a bridge. It's not going to do well here, and maybe there's a certain season, a certain time when it's best to, like, transplant these little trans trees. They can come in here and dig it up and take a bunch of the soil with it, because, you want to take the soil, some of the soil with it, because that keeps the roots healthy. And then they could transit. They could put it on a trans and transit somewhere else and give it a nice little home out underneath this bridge somewhere. Wouldn't that be awesome? And it's not hurting right now, but it's like, it's eventually this little trans is going to get big. And it'll get so big that this trans over here, that trans is going to keep it from getting bigger. That's all Mooney's trying to say.